Money placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Sea-Doo dealership. Score up to $300 off or a free 2-year warranty on 2024 Sea-Doo Sparks and $500 off or a free 2-year warranty on all other brand new 2024 Sea-Doos. Rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of September. On or off-road, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered with a large selection of motorcycles and watercraft in stock at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in, the clock is running down.
Fall is the perfect time to work on outdoor projects. Whether you plan to install a fence or add shrubs to your landscape, don't risk an injury by hitting a buried power line. Always call 811 before you dig.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies and it will be breezy. See an afternoon high around 90. Tonight, partly cloudy and breezy, low around 64. And tomorrow, a slight chance of showers in the morning. Otherwise, mostly sunny and breezy with a high around 93. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fleck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
HealthLink is elevating the human experience with holistic health, weight loss, nutrition, fitness, and wellness solutions. They offer one-on-one health coaching while personalizing nutrition and wellness plans for structure and simplicity. HealthLink provides nutritious foods such as high-protein entrees, meal replacement snacks, and supplements. But that's not all. If you mention 93.7 The Ticket, you'll get a 5% discount on your order and $20 off your first month if you start a HealthLink subscription. Find your missing link with HealthLink today on the southeast corner of 70th and Pioneers or by phone at 402-858-9356.
Disney on Ice presents Mickey's Search Party. Get closer to the magic than ever before. Play along with the Toy Story gang. Explore the colorful world of Coco. Sail away with Moana. Soar to new heights with Belle. And journey to Arendelle to thaw a frozen heart. It's an all-out celebration at Disney on Ice presents Mickey's Search Party. Coming to Pinnacle Bank Arena September 27th through 29th. Visit DisneyOnIce.com and get your tickets today.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right, most recommended Eustace Body Shop. Woohoo!
Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Oh, got a bunch all alone is Vershawn Jackson. And Vershawn will get it to the 24-yard line.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer
Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bakovic. Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
We ready. We ready. We ready. Northern Hour.
Take that.
We ready.
Yeah. Yeah.
We ready.
Let's get it.
We ready. Northern Hour.
It's Hall of Fame weekend.
All right, welcome to the Captain Show, 93.7 The Ticket, the fastest 2 hours in radio, and we're going to give you the full 2 hours today. We're going to recap the Colorado game. Take that, prime time. Yeah, we're going to react. We're going to talk about this all day. I got Bach with me. I got Rico with me. Let's start this show off right, guys. How y'all doing today?
Sounds like you're losing your voice a little bit. But...
I did. I'm trying to get it back. That's why I wasn't talking a lot today.
Yeah.
I went crazy at the game. I was cheering. I was getting the crowd up on third down, first down, second down, fourth down. Hey.
Kickoff, punt.
That's it.
Boy, that first half, talk about waiting a decade for that moment. I mean, geez, what a weekend it was for Nebraska football, and unfortunately, the second half was marred by a bunch of penalties and kind of took away a lot of the momentum there. But what a victory for Nebraska, back in the top 25 for the first time since 2019. Nebraska feels relevant again. I mean, Lincoln was basically Hollywood on Saturday night with all the stars that were in. And as we know, so there's no lack of energy here in Lincoln on this show, at this station. What a victory it was for Nebraska. And it opens up all types of questions about, what Nebraska has moving forward. But we said it all off season. If they get past Colorado, there's a chance at 7-0. Now it's week by week. Northern Iowa's not going to scare you too much, but now Nebraska is on the radar of everybody nationally. And you have to thank Deion and Sanders in Colorado a little bit for that, because I'll say this isn't to take away from Nebraska or anything, but I don't know if I'm projecting Colorado to make a bowl game this year.
Yeah, I don't like the way they played. It wasn't. I'm not going to talk bad about Coach Prime, but he needs to get these players and develop them. You're not going to come in here and just go through the transfer portal every year and think you're just going to come out here and kick butt, because it doesn't go that way in football. You have to develop these players. You have to mix them in. So, but hats off to Tony White, man.
Yeah.
That's who I give my props to. He is my MVP of the game because you know what? I ran on the field just like them fans did, and I ran into Coach White, and I gave him a hug.
Yeah.
And I said, man, that was the best damn game plan I've seen in a minute. Good strategy right there, Coach. And he gave me a hug back. So hey, I'm not even mad anymore.
Usually you leave at halftime, so that's good to hear you enjoyed
I
the
had
whole
to see the light show. I had to see the light
that's
show.
right, yeah.
Terrell Farley stayed for a whole game.
I did.
That's an accomplishment.
And ran on the field with
Look
the
at
fans. Yeah.
And you're getting inducted into the Hall of Fame this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be at this game. I'll be at the next game. I'll be at the first 4 games.
Do you have to be at this game all the way through?
I hope not.
You better ask, They're not doing anything in the middle of the fourth quarter.
I hope they do the Hall of Fame induction like
the first quarter?
End of the first quarter. Then I take my mom and dad to the casino and say, have fun. Catch your Uber home.
Okay, bye now.
It is nice, though. It is nice to have Northern Iowa. Nebraska, obviously, we're always worried about a week coming off a big win, carrying that momentum, overlooking the opponent. And it's hard to imagine that they'll do that with Northern Iowa. Again, you don't want to belittle the opponent coming in, but they struggled with, I think it was St. Thomas out of Minnesota. So, I mean, it should be.
Don't pull a Notre Dame.
Don't pull a Notre Dame there.
Now.
Marcus Freeman's already, going to be looking over his shoulder after this weekend. It was just kind of a perfect week. Everything went too well for Nebraska. Iowa was losing, Notre Dame lost, Michigan lost, and then Nebraska's up 21-0. And I'm going, this isn't how things work for Nebraska. This isn't going to work. Something's going to happen. And I did have that fear, of course, because Nebraska last time when they went to Boulder, one of the last times, a couple years ago under Scott Frost, the height of the Scott Frost era, I should say. Last time they were ranked in 2019. We're up 17-0 at half against Colorado. And again, that was as good as it got for the Scott Frost era. After that loss, never got ranked again. Obviously, never finished above 500. So, I don't know if you guys had the same feeling, but it was like after things are going so well, it was like, this is going too well.
There was a point. It was in the second half. It wasn't the first half. I was just enjoying the moment and just extremely happy that everything was happening. In the second half, there were feelings of, after, multiple 3-and-outs and just not moving the ball really well. And after 25 flags on one drive, and then Colorado gets a field goal, I'm like, oh no, this is the start of something. And I feel like that's something that Nebraska fans have to get away from, is that feeling of, okay, we're at the highest of the highs. Now, when are we going to get our hearts broken? Because it seems as if, and I know it's only through 2 games, that this team may have moved past, okay, we're going to get you as excited as possible and then have, the wheels fall off, have the floor fall out from underneath you. So I feel like that's something it's going to take, more games, maybe the entire season, if they continue the way that they're going. And if they don't do that again, to get past that feeling of dread when things start not going well after going so well for so long. But there were points where I was like, oh, goodness gracious, like this is going to happen again. Nebraska's the defense is just going to falter. The offense is going to turn the ball over 3 times, and they're just going to lose another heartbreaking game. But they didn't. And they kept things going. They ran the ball really well, probably not as many times as some people would have liked, especially in the second half after dominating Colorado's defensive line and defense for so long and still deciding, you know what, let's air the ball out a little bit more. It was refreshing to have a game like that where you get up big and the other team doesn't close in at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just happy we was up, especially when it was like, 28-0, 28-3. Yeah, the second half was sloppy. I think the way Colorado played, it made us play the same way. A lot of penalties, a lot of holding by both teams. I'm not just going to point out certain players or certain plays that it happened on. I think that we have a running back dilemma here at University of Nebraska. I think I seen the 1-2 punch.
Yeah, looks like it.
I think I seen Dardell and Ramir Johnson, and Ramir is the best probably catcher out the backfield that I've probably seen in a long time. Probably since Roger Craig. I mean, I seen a one-hand snag by him. Special teams we still have to work on, because if we're gonna play a great team like Ohio State or the other, Big Ten teams, you got to have your special teams down pat. We missed a field goal, had a blocked punt, had some good we still return the ball. I'm happy about that these kids are not just fair catching, but they're actually giving us a chance to see them run one back.
One is interesting too. They, with Mekhi Bayer and the talk going into the week of running down on kickoff, Matt Rule said all offseason, hey, we're going to work on ball placement on kick returns, and not just give up, the ball. We're going to try to, at the 25 or whatever. And then they saw Jimmy Horn return it once, and they're like, "Oh, maybe we should just kick it out."
Yeah, he scared me on that.
Oh, he did. Yeah,
I don't,
especially when he cut back that way. And,
I was like, he's going.
Kicker had that terrible angle, and it was just.
I was like, he's housing. Kobe Bryant took a pretty good angle. He wasn't the one that made the tackle, but he had a pretty good angle. I think he might have been able to slow him down enough for somebody else to get there or potentially make the tackle. But I don't think that kick was supposed to be that short.
Yeah, that's what I said. You got to kick that out the end zone. I memean, kicks like that. I mean, you didn't have any wind really, so just kick it. The crowd was electric. I got to give it up to the University of Nebraska crowd fans, man. They were lovely. They was kind of rowdy and hasty, but hey, that's how things go. But the atmosphere that night, man. I just seen a post from a CU fan who said he had the best experience ever in a football game. And hats off to the University of Nebraska. The crowd came out. They showed out. The players played their game. We took a win. It's one game at a season. It's one game at a time right now, Bob, because you can't base our season off Colorado and UTEP. We can't. Yeah. We have to take this game. You got an opponent that we should destroy easily right here in Northern Iowa. You go out. I say you go out first half. You let your first team just dominate them the first half. Give it up to the guys in the second half, and let's get ready for Illinois for a team who beat Kansas. So the Big Ten is not weak by far. So don't let teams like Illinois think you're just going to run over them, because them are teams that beat us before and probably got a couple games lead on us in the last 8 years. But I'm happy we got the victory. Let's move on. We're going to talk about the game today, but after the day, we're done with it.
With Northern Iowa week, we might talk a little bit more about Colorado as it goes on. But I get what you're saying. It will be time for the crowd to move on, or the team to move on. But that's you hit on something there, which is just Nebraska took absolutely full advantage of the spotlight that was on them. And under Coach Matt Rule, that seems to be more of a focus. And some people would say, you go back to kind of some old school football. He needs to focus on the field and stop worrying. All the outside stuff was fascinating. If you watch the TV product outside of Colt McCoy, which was awful, it sounds like a librarian that was working his first game.
He sounded like he was in my family group chat. My in-laws were saying that, I think it was my brother-in-law, maybe it was my sister, I don't know, said that he sounded like he was being held hostage and being forced to call the game.
Yeah,
family group chat.
He's got some work to do there. But
my father-in-law watched the whole game.
Yeah,
it hasn't watched. He hasn't sat down and watched the game in quite a while.
Do you have a family text group, Bob?
Oh yeah.
I had one. I kicked myself out of it.
You did? Yeah, you're tired of it.
I don't talk to them. I got 3 brothers, and we.
I can imagine.
Yeah, so it's wild.
If they're anything like you, I can imagine. I wouldn't want to be in that group chat either.
Whatever.
But did you guys watch the beginning of the game? I mean, you guys were there. Well, the Bud Crawford thing. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much to get through. So many stars in town. Yeah. But it was just like on NBC that Eric Crouch and Johnny Rogers playing the drums on the sideline. Yep. You had Matt Rule talking to Tommy Frazier right before hey, there's Tommy Frazier.
Yep.
It was just everything that Nebraska needed it to be, as far as like, hey, this is actually a pretty cool place, man. And they showed that on display this week. And so, I know they had all the recruits in town, but even just the television product, I think, I don't know. It's hard to give anything other than an A+ to just Nebraska in general, including on the field. Now, the second half, you might dial it down a little bit, but it was just an incredible experience. I think probably a top game, as we say, in the last 20 years, obviously, but just in general for people to have gone to and seen live.
Yeah. Bubba Dub, I don't think y'all know who he is. He's a comedian on Facebook. I ran into him, Bach. He's a Deion Sanders fan. He had his little stuff on. And I walked up to him. I said, hey, I want to get a picture with you. But before I get a picture with you, I told him, we built this house. You're not going to come in here and think you're going to do something to us. No. Hey, Ed Reed was on the sideline. Terrell Owens was on the sideline.
Yeah.
But, hey, when Bud Crawford came out, that was a wrap.
It's over.
That was all we needed.
It's over.
With the belt.
That's right.
With the belt.
Big E was in town with the WWE belt with him.
Big E was just sitting in the crowd.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't on the sideline. He wasn't in a box. He was just in the crowd.
94 team walks them out the tunnel wall.
Yeah.
You know, beautiful day.
Olympian NBA champion Derek White. My Boston Celtics.
Baylor Shireman was there.
Baylor Shireman, yeah. Cheering for Nebraska, so we can like him a little bit, can't we?
Yeah, he was here?
Yeah.
Where you see him at?
He brought Derek White with him.
He brought Derek White.
Derek White went to Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's more
Good.
stars than we could even, I'm
Derek
sure that
White
we
went
even
to
there were more
Colorado.
people.
Yeah.
All right, this is the Captain Show. The fastest 2 hours in radio has started. We'll be right back.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Rick Heyman from Sauter Heyman Jewelers here. Shop the Wedding Band Expo September 12th through the 14th at Sauter Heyman Jewelers. Choose a wedding band that will stand the test of time or an anniversary band to celebrate time spent together. Only at the Wedding Band Expo. You'll save 20% off all wedding and anniversary bands. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Wedding Band Expo, September 12th through the 14th. All 3 locations. Find the ring of your dreams at the price you'll love. SauterHeyman.com in Lincoln and Grand Island.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Experience a cleaner tomorrow with Niederhaus Refuse. Whether it's weekly residential pickups, large-scale commercial disposals, recycling, or roll-off, Niederhaus's team is here with reliable, efficient service and the most advanced solutions. Discover the difference that a committed and experienced waste management company can make. Niederhaus Refuse has been in business for over 100 years and is family-owned and operated since 1921. Call Niederhaus Refuse at 402-475-8361 and visit their website at nbrefuselincoln.com to learn more or sign up for your service today.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Oh, Kansas. Here we go. You just don't stop giving, do you?
Green flag, we're underway.
The closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history.
Finish, boys.
Close to downtown, amazing campgrounds. 4 NASCAR races in one weekend, and it's the playoffs.
Goddamn drive.
Now you're just showing off. But we're not mad. In fact, we're looking forward to it. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Kansas Speedway, September 27th through the 29th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. for happier, healthier furry friends.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Margaritas or Old Fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The Electrical Workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Fall is the perfect time to work on outdoor projects. Whether you plan to install a fence or add shrubs to your landscape, don't risk an injury by hitting a buried power line. Always call 811 before you dig.
Drinking and driving causes serious harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. In 2021, 65 people were killed in Nebraska by a car crash involving a drunk driver. Do not drink and drive. By drinking less, you can still be here for your loved ones. If you or loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Bum, 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 bum. All right, welcome back to the Captain Show, 93.7 The Ticket. We on 1040 O Street. We are about to get into this Colorado thing real fast, but first, I am powered
by Bauer.
Bauer.
Infrastructure.
Bauer.
Underground.
Oh, so now Brand
Excavating.
All righty.
Big Slim and the boys.
Okay. Let's start with special teams first. Let's talk about special teams first, Bach.
Not so special teams?
Yeah, not so special last weekend. But Bach, what was that question we was talking about right before we went to break?
Well, we did get a question off the text line, 402-464-5685. If you want to chime in, Sartor Heyman text line is always there for you. Derek in a car says, are we just mildly concerned about the field goal situation, or is this a grave concern? Coach seems to downplay it. What are your thoughts? By the way, great show. So I'll let you guys open up with that, the field goal unit specifically.
Field goal wins championships. I mean, you can play off three if you want, but them three gonna be critical against a team like Ohio State or Rutgers or Wisconsin or Iowa. So 3 points is a game winner. I think this is a concern, especially you can say it's not because it's the second game of the season, but as we go through the season, you got to get this kid confidence up. I mean, we got to build him up. I mean, if it's not built up by then, we have to make a major switch. I mean, we can't sit here and say, okay, he's 0 for 5, but we're still going to stick with him.
Mm-hmm.
Being 0 for 5, that's tough on the kicker. So, and Alvano's been here before. He was the kicker last year. So, whatever mechanics he needs to do, he needs to get it right before we get into the heart of the Big Ten schedule. Just like the punt block, man, that hurt us. But, it was luckily they didn't, take it to the house. So, I mean, it's not too many times in the game you see a blocked field goal and a blocked punt and a missed field goal in the same game.
And that team wins the game.
Yeah, and that team wins and you still win the game.
Yeah.
So we was lucky that Colorado is not very responsive on the punt team, punt returns and kick and field goal block team. But like I say, it's a concern to me. I hope it's a concern to Matt Rule. I hope it's a concern to the special team coach. I hope it's a concern to the team because later on down the road, you're going to need them 3 points in probably a hostile environment that we need this W or we need them 3 points.
I wouldn't say that it's a grave concern yet because based on it's, a year and 2 games in, what this coaching staff has said to us and what they've shown us is that we can believe what they say. And they're saying by putting him out there, they're saying that he is the best kicker that they have and the guy that they trust the most to make these field goals. They did mention that he had a minor surgery in the offseason. He missed a couple of weeks of camp. So he might still be getting into the groove of things. Luckily you started with UTEP and had a Colorado team that didn't pressure you all that much. And you have Northern Iowa coming up, which hopefully you can get past them without many issues and not having to rely on your kicking game. Hopefully these 3 weeks into the season, he'll be able to catch up and get to where he needs to be. Yes, he struggled last year. And obviously it's been a struggle so far this year. But if they keep putting him out there, it to me, that signals that they do have some type of trust in him, and you don't want to give up on him too soon. Because if he misses, he's missed 1 kick, 2 kicks, right? 1 kick so far?
He's 1 for 2.
1 for 2.
Hit a 20-yarder.
So he missed the 1 kick the other day against Colorado, but it was a short 20-yarder against UTEP. But you don't want to give up on him too quick just because he missed the 1 kick. He's hitting on all his extra points. He's still going through all of that. So just keep trying to build that confidence up. And hopefully later in the season, if you do have to rely on him, he's got that confidence back. And he's got, I believe it was like a hip injury or something. He's healed up enough and he's gone through enough rehab that he's ready to be hitting those field goals sooner rather than later. But I don't have any reason to not trust the coaching staff so far based on what they've shown us by putting the guys out there who have done the best so far.
And he's so now after a 9 of 15 year last year, he was 1 of 2 so far. So 10 of 17, not ideal, obviously, to start his career. And it's kind of been ups and downs. When he's not hitting, he's kind of not hitting. When he's hitting, he was able to make, if you remember, hit a 55-yarder last year. So, I mean, he's got the leg. We know that. And he was wildly, very accurate as in high school. So you hope that translates. I will say it is a concern, though. I mean, they made a pretty big deal about that chasing 3 deal, that's kind of directly sitting right there on the kicker with a lot of those 3-point losses last year. And then, if you look at this game, and I know there's plenty of reason to be excited. I don't want to put a wet blanket on it, but Nebraska averaged 18 points per game last year. They scored 21 in this game. Their offense did. They got a pick 6 that helped them get to 28. But I think the offense is going to be much improved over last year, as this thing grows on. Part of the excitement is watching Dylan Ryle and oozing with potential. He's already a pretty darn good quarterback, but the potential is obviously even way higher. But my point is, if you have 21 points, there's a big difference between averaging 24 and 21. And it might sound kind of silly, but even, if you can hit 2 field goals, 27 and 21, so it is, and it's got to be something with Alvano too. And I know he is coming off that injury. They've got to have somebody pushing him. And that's where I think we're kind of getting to the point of like, all right, if it's going to be this inconsistent, maybe give somebody else a try. And it's a fickle game with kickers, kind of like cornerbacks, got to keep their confidence up.
Yeah.
But I got to believe going onto the field, walking onto the field, he's not very confident right now.
Yeah, I believe you on that. And one more concern I do have is that I seen during the game was the kickoff kicker. I mean, you should be booting at it in the end zone. No way you should be having it at the 10, 15-yard line. I thought his foot was probably be strong enough because that one with Jimmy Horn Jr. Scared the crap out of me. Luckily, we made that tackle and then still stopped him. But, you got to have, at this early point in the season, you should be booting the things to the end zone, Bob.
Yeah.
Well, they had John. Yeah. So John Hull started, and in the last 2 games as this kickoff kicker. He got 2 of the kickoffs. Then they swapped in Brian Buschini, and he kicked the last 3. And he had 1 touchback. So he was the one that got the touchback for Nebraska. But a little concerning. Yeah, it's much nicer to just kick it out of the back of the end zone. But there are times when I don't know if they're going to try and put the ball into that corner and force other teams to return the ball so that maybe they don't get it out at the 25, just setting them up at the 25 with a touchback. Maybe you trust your kickoff coverage team to tackle them before that, which it seems like they might. But it's still a very scary thought, especially when you have, a Jimmy Horn Jr. racing down the sideline, cutting back, and you think, oh, Lord, here we go.
Well, and they did obviously kick it off out of bounds in the first game too. So, I mean, that's kind of a week-to-week type of thing. Like, okay, there's been a few problems on kickoffs. So, yeah, special teams is going to be a big part of it this year. I still think, a big part of this game, though, too, and we can kind of break more into it, is one, I think Barney's going to break one this year, but just bringing that up is that they did a great job of hiding quite a bit for this Colorado game. The coaching staff, with all due respect to UTEP, thought they could get through it without showing much. And they did. Like we all know, they didn't blitz against UTEP. They seemed to kind of hide Barney, how big of an impact that he could be. The running back rotation, they kept you guessing on who was going to be the two coming into it. Heck, even Dylan Raiola scrambling a little bit. They didn't do that in week one. And had a little, and he needs to work on taking the hits. Like, it kind of
He's got to slide.
Taylor Martinez taking a hit there, but
then he died. He dove front,
yeah. Well, and he's just big, he's tall, so he's standing upward there.
Somebody go talk to Will Bolt.
They did a great job, I thought, of hiding a lot going into that game, including, I think, maybe strategically the running back rotation and how they wanted to use it.
Yeah, we're going to hold off on that running back offense and the defense. But we just so happy. I just wanted to get the special teams out the way so we can go to offense. When we go to break, Bach, how long we got?
Oh, we can go to break.
Yeah, let's go.
You want to talk about the offense?
Yeah, we're going to go offense.
You excited
next.
about the offense?
No, we're going to black shirt, baby. We are going the black shirt route when we come back on 93.7 The Ticket.
Disney on Ice presents Mickey's Search Party. Get closer to the magic than ever before. Play along with the Toy Story gang. Explore the colorful world of Coco. Sail away with Moana. Soar to new heights with Belle. And journey to Arendelle to thaw a frozen heart. It's an all-out celebration at Disney on Ice presents Mickey's Search Party. Coming to Pinnacle Bank Arena September 27th through 29th. Visit DisneyOnIce.com and get your tickets today.
You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com. Serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the Ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Water heater gone? Call Bryant. The price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. And in most cases, same-day replacement. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Rick Heyman from Sauter Heyman Jewelers here. Shop the Wedding Band Expo September 12th through the 14th at Sauter Heyman Jewelers. Choose a wedding band that will stand the test of time or an anniversary band to celebrate time spent together. Only at the Wedding Band Expo. You'll save 20% off all wedding and anniversary bands. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Wedding Band Expo, September 12th through the 14th. All 3 locations. Find the ring of your dreams at the price you'll love. SauterHeyman.com in Lincoln and Grand Island.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today. Experience a cleaner tomorrow with Niederhaus Refuse. Whether it's weekly residential pickups, large-scale commercial disposals, recycling, or roll-off, Niederhaus's team is here with reliable, efficient service and the most advanced solutions. Discover the difference that a committed and experienced waste management company can make. Niederhaus Refuse has been in business for over 100 years and is family-owned and operated since 1921. Call Niederhaus Refuse at 402-475-8361 and visit their website at nbrefuselincoln.com to learn more or sign up for your service today.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop! Woohoo!
Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
NEBCO is hiring CDL drivers for ready mixed concrete, Husker concrete, and Beatrice concrete. NEBCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEBCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to the Captain Show, 93.7 The Ticket. My voice is gone, but I'm still going to talk on. So, Bach, I have the new power rankings for the Big Ten. And somebody's moving up and somebody's moving
Switch
down.
them up a little bit. Interesting week in the Big Ten. Yeah.
Great job, Iowa.
18, Northwestern.
Wow, really? All that
Yeah.
one slight loss to Duke and you give up on it, huh?
17, UCLA.
I mean, okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
15, Maryland.
Maryland put up a fight against
Michigan State. That's not a good loss, though.
It's not.
15, row, your boat, Minnesota.
In the win column. Let's go, PJ.
Woo!
There we go.
500.
Yeah, they're 500.
14, the Dwellers, they say, was going to be last. Purdue.
Hey, Purdue's scary.
Wouldn't go that far, but there, yeah.
Careful now.
Off to a good start.
Careful now.
13, Michigan State.
There you go, moving up the board.
Aiden Childs, bet the over.
12, Indiana.
Okay.
11,
No thoughts on Indiana.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, they struggle.
Wisconsin plays Alabama this week,
Yeah.
so they're going to.
Wisconsin's going to get rolled by Alabama this week. That's what's going to happen.
By the way, Purdue has Notre Dame this week. So
Ooh.
if you're watching Marcus Freeman's job security, Ryan Walters. can do
Number
it.
10.
Here we go, Ryan.
Number 10, a team we play in 2 weeks. Illinois.
Illinois looks
Moving
good.
on up.
Knocking on the door of the top 25. They're 26th in the AP poll.
Number 9,
Upsetting
another
Kansas.
team we play. Rutgers.
Okay.
I told everybody at the beginning of the season to watch out for that Rutgers game.
Number
Anybody
8.
believe me yet?
Number 8, our next door neighbors. Iowa.
Still in the top 10? You just lost to Iowa State. You lost to the Cyclones.
Yeah, but they put up 19 points. That's pretty impressive for Iowa.
Yeah, after putting 40.
Right.
You put up 40 last week.
Number 7, the University of Michigan.
Oh, wow. Whoa. They did get rolled by Texas, but holy smokes.
They've got a lot of concerns.
They look very
Number
bad.
6.
They're starting a walk-on at quarterback.
Yeah.
Number 6, Washington.
Okay.
Look at that. Everybody thought they were going to suck. Look at the Huskies.
They got the Apple Cup this week, I think. Washington State.
Hell yeah.
Number 5, our Cornhuskers.
We're back in the top 25, baby.
Yeah, back in the top 25 and top 5 in the Big Ten.
We're relevant.
Number 4, Oregon.
All right.
Oregon
Yeah.
has been shaky.
Yeah.
As Strick would say, shaky.
Well, the team they played on,
Boise
State,
State, yeah.
is probably going to be that.
They could be in the playoffs.
That's that
That could
team
be a
that
playoff.
That's your
counting on
group of 5 playoff
Yeah,
team.
the
Could
group
be.
of 5 playoff team. All right, number 3. I don't think they're that good though. USC.
All this talk about a weak schedule. Now you got to go to number 11 USC.
Yeah, what is happening?
Yeah.
Remember when that USC game, everybody's like, whatever, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Number 2, Penn State.
Yeah, wow. I've even surprised. They really struggled with Bowling Green.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
surprised they didn't move down.
careful
at all.
now. Bowling Green, another group of 5 play.
I was going to say, James Franklin always struggles with Michigan, Ohio State, and Bowling Green. There's just not much.
It's those schools. It's those same schools every year.
Number 1, the team with the $20 million roster.
The
Ohio State.
Yeah,
not
no
surprising.
surprise there.
That's not even. That's
Well,
not
at least we
even surprising
moved
at
up 1 because we were 6 last week. And like I said, we
all. Top
just
5 gang.
we take it game by game. We beat the teams we need to beat. We had Illinois. We should jump then, but I wouldn't worry about jumping right now. Let's just worry about just winning these next couple of games, and then when we get in October, we'll worry about Ohio State.
Yeah, it's interesting too. And if you look across the nation, it's kind of a good time as we do our power rankings to look at it, is that the Big 8 actually has 6 teams ranked. The old Big 8 now has 6 teams ranked. The only teams not ranked, Kansas, who just got knocked out,
Lost.
and Colorado. So the old Big 8 would have been competitive. And if you look at the Big 12 North specifically, I think they've got 4 of them in there again without Kansas and Colorado. So would have been a fun year for Nebraska to be in the Big 12. It's going to be a fun year in the Big 12 in general.
Let's move it back. Let's remake the Big 12. Remake the Big 12, and you'll have a nice super conference going on there. Shout out to Missouri for whatever reason, who's
Yeah.
actually really good.
They got a big game themselves. I
How
think.
many teams the SEC got into 25? They got 6 of the top 10, don't they?
I think so. Something
Yeah.
like that. They've got most of the top 25 is the SEC.
They've got Bill O'Brien coming to town, Boston College.
Hey, they ain't
this
scared of
weekend.
nobody. He doesn't know the difference between FBS, FCS, NAIA,
That's right.
CSI, or NCIS. Bill O'Brien's just trying to play football, baby.
By the way, too, look across the nation. Arizona will take on Kansas State, I believe Thursday night. So that'll be an exciting game to look out for. Kansas State number 14 will be hosting number 20 Arizona. And due to Michigan's loss, it snapped their 16-game win streak. Arizona now has the longest win streak in FBS with 8 wins in a row.
All right.
Wow, look
That's-
at that.
How about that? Wow,
8
yeah.
whole wins.
Yeah.
That's
By the way,
crazy.
Nebraska's defense, I know we were going to talk about offense, so we're probably not going to get to that right now. We'll probably get to that in the next one. Nebraska's defense in the Big Ten, allowing the 5th least points at 17 so far through 2 games. Number 1, they've only played 1 game, but that's Purdue. 0
All right,
points.
there you go. Yeah, it is. In
Ohio State, though, 2 games in, has only allowed 6 points.
That's going to be the fun part, though, is when I love the early season when teams hold, when you go into the games with your average at like 8.5. So you're expecting not to give up 10 points. Like that's the standard you have to go into the game. And I think Nebraska going into Northern Iowa, you got to expect like a shutout or 1 score.
Yeah.
Whether that be a field goal or a touchdown. I don't think they're going to give up much.
17 so far.
8.5 per game.
Oh, so we give up 8.5 points.
Because it was 10 to Colorado, 7 to UTEP.
okay.
So in this one, if they get double digits, you're upset with yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disappointing performance.
Shouldn't blank
not
a
great.
team like this.
By the way, so Ohio State points against 6, points for 108. Tied with Indiana for the most points scored in the Big Ten so far.
Indiana.
Indiana, 108.
They could have had 100.
We talking about basketball or
No,
football?
this is football. They've also only allowed 10 points this season. Kurt Cignetti standing on business.
Look out for that game, though. I mean, they could have put I was watching a little bit of that Western Illinois game for some reason. They won 77-3. They could have had 100. They really could have.
Kurt Signetti's standing on business, man. He's not messing around. He went up to Indiana and he said, we don't, but this isn't a rebuild. We're coming for you. We'll see what happens. The Hoosiers not messing around.
I don't watch too many Big Ten games. The only one I watch is Nebraska and probably Ohio State. Going to watch Michigan and Wisconsin Wisconsin, Alabama.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what.
That one's going to be on our airwaves.
Is it?
Yeah.
10:30. It's 11 o'clock kickoff. 10:30. You'll catch the pregame here on Saturday. You can listen to Wisconsin, Alabama.
And Alabama,
just like you could have listened to Michigan, Texas.
Yeah.
It wasn't much of a game, but you could have listened to it here.
Alabama not looking like exactly the Nick Saban days yet early on. Struggled with Western Kentucky before getting get some good separation between them. But how about that Iowa State-Iowa game? We talked a little bit about kickers.
That's your brand of football.
Iowa State. I know. But it was just so cool that the whole state came down to a 54-yard field goal. You know, the whole state's watching it.
Yeah.
There's a walk-on redshirt freshman kicker from Dubuque. The game's on the line for him, and he hits the 54-yarder. By the way, Dubuque closer to Iowa City than it is Ames. So a little bit of payback there.
How dare he?
Kyle Conrad.
I picked Iowa State.
Did
you?
Yeah.
Great choice.
Yeah.
Great choice.
It was by the way, he went 5-6 this weekend, so it was one of his few good choices.
Just doesn't matter.
It's okay.
Shout out to the Cyclones.
I'm still in first place, ain't I?
I love
tied with VJ.
I love how Nebraska put that game, the end, like the final kick up on the video boards in Memorial Stadium during Nebraska's warm-up because they were like, look, everybody wants to see this. And the crowd just lost it when he made it.
Yeah, they did. That was a good game for Iowa State to take that. They needed that, especially their coach. They still had the same coach.
Yeah.
David, who
he was 1 of 6 entering that game against Kirk Ferentz. Now 2 of 6.
What's his name?
Matt Campbell.
Matt Campbell, yeah.
Remember when he was up for the Nebraska
Kansas
job?
coach?
He was.
Leipold and who?
Leipold.
Lance Leipold.
Yeah. Okay.
Iowa State, by the way, has won 5 straight true road games for the first time since 1961. Wow. So Matt Campbell's doing something right there.
Look at that.
That's pretty good. All right, y'all, let's go to break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the offense and defense here on 93.7 The Ticket, The Captain Show.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Oh, Kansas.
Here we go. If I can have today.
You just don't stop giving, do you?
Green flag, we're underway.
The closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history.
What a finish, boys.
Close to downtown, amazing campgrounds, 4 NASCAR races in 1 weekend, and it's the playoffs.
Goddamn drive.
Now you're just showing off. But we're not mad. In fact, we're looking forward to it. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Kansas Speedway, September 27th through the 29th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The Electrical Workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Rick Heyman from Sauter Heyman Jewelers here. Shop the Wedding Band Expo September 12th through the 14th at Sauter Heyman Jewelers. Choose a wedding band that will stand the test of time or an anniversary band to celebrate time spent together. Only at the Wedding Band Expo. You'll save 20% off all wedding and anniversary bands. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Wedding Band Expo, September 12th through the 14th. All 3 locations. Find the ring of your dreams at the price you'll love. SauterHeyman.com in Lincoln and Grand Island.
Hello, Charlie Stone here, and joining me is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I was noticing on your website you have more than 150 new 2024 and 2025 Hondas in stock right now.
Yes, we do, Charlie. It's neat when you drive by and see all the cars on our lot, and we have most all models and all different colors available, and we even have more than hundreds on the way. We also have the all-new, all-electric 2024 Honda Prologue in stock right now. We have a few of them to choose from. Plus, qualified buyers get financing from just 1.9% APR.
How about your pre-owned selection?
I talk to a lot of my customers and friends, and they still think that we just sell brand new Honda, but we sell all different models, make of pre-owned cars, and we have more than 100 to choose from right now.
Well, maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Heartland International in Lincoln reminds us people today are facing more hardships than ever. It's becoming all too common to hear someone's become so desperate they've taken their own life. People almost always warn those close to them that desperation is near. Be a shoulder to lean on and insist that they seek professional help. This message from Dennis and Penny Nunn at Heartland International in Lincoln, marketing quality products since 1974. Visit heartlandinternational.com. We're stronger when we help one another.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Attention students and anyone else looking for a great deal. Sun Valley Lanes and Games has the ultimate weeknight special. For just $15.95, enjoy unlimited bowling, lucky putt mini golf, and laser tag. Flash your college ID at check-in to receive $2 off your admission. It's the perfect way to unwind Sunday through Thursday nights. Check out sunvalleylanes.com for hours and availability. Sun Valley Lanes and Games, located at 321 Victory Lane.
Lincoln's best place to meet, eat, and compete. Sun Valley.
Have you ever gotten a car deal so good that you can brag about for decades? This is that deal. The government has given us a $4,000 instant credit on vehicles already at the historically lowest prices. Cars that were over $50,000 just 2 years ago are now selling below $20,000. See the deals here and drive away the car of your dreams at a price you never thought possible. Go to 4000off.com, 400off.com to learn more.
Water heater gone? Call Bryant. The price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. And in most cases, same-day replacement. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies and it will be breezy. See an afternoon high around 90. Tonight, partly cloudy and breezy. Low around 64. And tomorrow, a slight chance of showers in the morning. Otherwise, mostly sunny and breezy with a high around 93. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me short. Look at me short. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Oh, I got a bunch all alone is Vershawn Jackson. And Vershawn will get it to the 24-yard line.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer
Terrell Farley,
Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bakoven. Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Captain Show, 93.7 The Ticket. This is hour number 2, and it's all about the Nebraska Cornhuskers. But, Bach, hit me with some people off the text line. Let's see what our people in the Captain's country is talking about.
All right, as always, you can get involved with the show, 402-464-5685 on the Sartor Heyman Jewelers text line. Huskers P says, wasn't a complete game, but you have to love the spanking the Huskers gave the Buffaloes. Cheeseburger says, y'all need to stop with the UNI being a tune-up game. They're going to play Nebraska like it's their national championship. Watch them play Iowa every year. They're going to come out swinging. What do you guys think?
I wasn't saying that they're going to be a tune-up game. I'm saying that, Nebraska's still going to have to play hard, but you're hoping that Nebraska can have a UTEP type performance against Northern Iowa where you can get your backups in and you don't have to struggle all the way into the fourth quarter with Northern Iowa. This is going to be a top 25 matchup, though, because Northern Iowa is ranked 21st in the FCS rankings.
Ooh.
So they are 2-0 to start their season off. So you're going to have to watch out for them as well. But no, it's not a tune-up. Nowhere am I going to ever say that facing Northern Iowa is going to be a tune-up game. I'm saying you want this game to be a game where you can get your backups in the fourth quarter. Maybe not the entire fourth quarter, but a good portion of the fourth quarter so that your starters can rest and prepare for a Friday night matchup against Illinois.
All right.
They're going to have less time.
By the way, Northern Iowa needed 10 points in the fourth quarter to beat the St. Thomas Tommies 17-10.
Okay, Bach, give me
Doesn't matter.
point
21.
Point spread.
For Nebraska and Northern Iowa?
Do we have it yet?
I haven't seen it yet.
Here, let me see. Let me see if I can find it. I got you.
Before I answer this question, I want to see the point spread.
Okay. This game is a no, there's no point spread right now.
There's no point spread.
No, I don't think they're going to do it since it's a FCS opponent.
All right. Read that question again. What he said about now?
Let's see. Where did I put it? Okay. Cheeseburger text in, y'all need to stop with UNI being a tune-up game. They are going to play Nebraska like it's the national championship. Watch them play Iowa every year. They're going to come out swinging.
A lot of boxers come out swinging and still get knocked out in the first round. So I'm really not worried about UNI. That's where we send some of our players when they get kicked out the team. That's where they go. So I know it's still an opponent, but like I said, I think we should overpower this team. We got better athletes than this team. I think our passing game is really good. Just watching Riola go 20 for 30, and it didn't even look like it. But I think it should be play 3 quarters and let the other guys get in. I know they're a great D1, FCS
D1
I'd hold short of great, but yes, they're a good program.
Yeah, so I'm not taking.
They were in the playoffs last year.
I'm not taking anything away from them, but I know we can beat them. That's it. I mean, they're a beatable team.
Yeah, and it obviously if you're in the locker room, it's different than the way that we're looking at it. But if Nebraska struggles with Northern Iowa, then you've got bigger problems. It kind of resets where you think you are. If Nebraska's a top 25 team, like they're the category that they're put in now after beating Colorado, this should be one that Nebraska does put their backups in and get some good experience and all that before the Illinois game. The Illinois game is now all of a sudden with the whole 7-0 start plan for everybody. That game now is a little bit more difficult because Illinois obviously knocked off Kansas and is knocking on the door of the top 25. They are right there in your league. Nebraska ranked 23rd.
Good defense.
Illinois around 26 right now. And I would argue that Illinois with their 2 victories, including over Kansas, probably should be ranked ahead of Nebraska. Not saying they're a better team, but their quality of resume right now.
How dare you?
I'm just not sure Colorado's, like I said at the beginning, I'm just not sure Colorado is a whole lot better than they were last year. And last year they were 4-8. Last year, here's some stats that I found from Colorado. Last year they gave up the second most quarterback sacks in the nation with 56. On Saturday, they gave up 6 to the Huskers. So kind of on pace with that. Last year, the Buffaloes finished last in the nation in rushing yards with 68.9 yards per game. On Saturday, they had 16 rushing yards on 22 carries. Last year, they had the 3rd most penalties in the nation with 107. On Saturday, they had 9 penalties for 104 yards. So a lot of those same problems from that 4-8 team reside there. And by the way, with Colorado as well, 5 out of the last 6 games now, they talk about their offense and throwing the ball, all the weapons. 5 out of their last 6 games against Power 5 opponents, they've scored less than 20 points.
Yeah.
So they
put up yards.
Yeah.
They put up yards. They give you highlights, but they don't give you much. There's not a lot of substance to the flash that they give you. This matchup with Northern Iowa, though, is going to be a complete contrast to the first two matchups. UTEP wanted to spread you out, pass the ball. Colorado, obviously, wanted to pass the ball, refused to run the ball. Northern Iowa, in their first two games, against Valparaiso, who they destroyed 35-7, they ran for 365 yards, 52 rushing attempts, 7 yards a rush. And they put up 35 on Valparaiso in beating them 35-7. And like you said, against St. Thomas, Minnesota, they did have to score 10 points in the fourth quarter to win 17-10. But rushing the ball, 233 yards. They had to put up 10 points in the fourth quarter. They only passed for 99 yards. Their quarterback threw the ball completed 11 of 25 for 99 yards. Their best running back had 15 carries for 141 yards. This is going to be a completely different game, completely different matchup for the defense of Nebraska, as opposed to what they had to face in the first two games. You're not going to get spread out as much. This is going to test you in the trenches and if you'll be able to stop the run of Northern Iowa. Which is good. That's good.
Funny, Rico.
It's good to
Nebraska.
see.
Funny.
I'm not saying they're not going to, but I'm just saying that they're going to.
I heard you reading the stat, but
they're going to be tested in a different way than you were in your first, which is good. You want to face different offenses. You don't want to just face all these passing offenses and then go to Illinois and then have Illinois come to town on a Friday and run it down your throat.
But you got a team like UNI coming in, but you're doing something that Nebraska wants you to do. Nebraska's probably got a top 10 rushing defense.
Well, they've given up 36 yards per game so far.
And I'm not worried.
Yeah, but that's against passing.
I mean,
against two teams who don't want to run the ball.
But you finna do something against a team that's built to stop the run. I mean, you got two big guys on the outside in the middle. I mean, then you got fast linebackers. And I mean, we want you to run. We don't want you to pass. We want to stuff you out. We just stopped Colorado on 2 fourth down and 4th and 1 play, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, and we stopped them. I used to love to play rushing teams. I played against Troy Davis, who was looking for 2,000 yards. And when he played us, we said, not today.
You're
not getting that 2,000 on us. I played against Barron High Spark. Hit him on a play. He said, God bless you, brother. I told him, God's not out here. You're not welcome today. But this is Saturday. So, but I played against a bunch of good running backs in college, and our main thing was to keep them under 100 yards.
Yeah.
That's it. Don't let nobody rush for 100 yards on us. And we did it. We gave up 79 rushing yards a game, 72, 79.
Yeah.
And we held Florida to negative something in the national championship game. So rushing is something that Nebraska wants you to do. And I'll guarantee you Tony White will have them boys ready to play. Now, Bob, defensive performance, defensive player of the game.
Well, I've been talking all offseason about how this is a huge game for Tommy Hill, and boy, did he capitalize. Talk about putting one on the highlight reel. He has flirted around offseason in mock drafts with being a top pick, first-round pick, maybe, second, third-round pick. But some boards had him in the first round. That's when it's going to help you, because Shedeur Sanders, as much, and I don't know what the stats are that he's going to have this year, but he didn't have a very good team last year, and he put up a lot of stats. He still is a very, very good quarterback. So that's gonna flash, and that was for a lot of Nebraska players. All the sacks. Throw those on the highlight tapes because that's going to be fun. But I mean, even Travis Hunter, had a solid game, but nothing really big, nothing explosive.
10 receptions, 100+ yards.
Yeah.
And no, he didn't have a touchdown.
So I think altogether, Tommy Hill has got to be the player of the game. That pick six really kind of put the game out of range for Colorado as well.
Yeah. Rico?
I mean, it's really hard to pick against Tommy Hill, especially with the pick six that he did have. So, but I do want to highlight John Bullock, who, although he only finished with 5 tackles, had maybe 2 of the not most important, but one of the most important and another extremely important tackle in stopping a 4th down, stuffing the running back on 4th down, and then on one of the swing passes near the end zone, which I think is the one that ended up in a field goal, he gets into the backfield and makes the tackle on I think it was the running back flaring out wide. Just a guy who, again, only finished with 5 tackles in this game, but was flying around and being, one of the leaders, one of the single-digit guys on that defense. I really want to highlight John Bullock for his effort in that one. But yeah, Tommy Hill, and maybe just like the entire defensive line in Nash, Ty, and Jamari, and then the backups who got in. Just a fantastic job of getting a ton of pressure on Shedeur Sanders, rushing 3 or 4, not having to blitz all that much. Obviously, blitzing more than you did the week before when you didn't blitz at all, but getting so much pressure with 3 or 4. I'll go Tommy Hill, my defensive MVP. Honorable mention to John Bullock.
All right. So with me, you're right. I'll go with Tommy Hill, but my 1B, my co-host is be the whole black shirt defense. Did a great job. Shut Jimmy Horn Jr. down for 3 catches for 24 yards after having almost 200 reception yards the game before that. Travis Hunter, he's going to get his. He's that type of player. I'll let him get 10 for 110, but Tommy Hill shut him down. I mean, Tommy Hill proved himself. He solidified himself, probably put himself in the first round with that game. If you want to watch Tommy Hill earn his stripes in the draft, you probably want to watch him against Travis Hunter, who he talked smack to the whole game.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder how many of Travis's catches came not against Tommy, or how many of his catches came against Tommy. Like that's something that I want to go back and look at to kind of solidify how well Tommy Hill did.
Yeah. And I think we did a good job on Shedeur Sanders, who was 23 for 38 for 244 yards. You're looking at a guy who had 450 yards last game and probably thought he was going to get 400 on us again. But whatever Tony White did last year, he didn't do it this year, and that was the good thing. But one thing we did do, we put pressure on him all night. 6 sacks, played well on short yardage defense. They rotated a lot in the second quarter. Had some kind of crazy penalties that shouldn't have been called, but they was called. I'm not going to talk about the Big 12 referee crew.
It's a former Pac-12 refereeing crew.
Well, whatever. It's Big 12 Pac crew now. So
yeah, I know.
Yeah, they should have left more of that.
Still bad, regardless.
But when you hold a team to this many rushing yards, and they only had 22 carries. And,
they did not want to run the ball.
They didn't want to run the ball. I mean, but you can't sit back there and they put good pressure on Shedeur. They knocked him out the game. He was like, you ever seen Glass Joe? You ever seen Mike Tyson punch out?
Yeah.
The first guy you fight is Glass Joe.
Yeah.
And Shedeur was looking like him, wobbly, trying to get up. He got hit pretty hard. He walked to the sideline. But great effort for the defense. I want them to continue to grow and get better, play as a unit. Y'all in y'all groove. You should be feeling yourselves right now. We still got to take it game by game, and let's finish you and I up this week. Let's let them try to rush. That's what you like. That's what you play the game for, a rushing team. So you get a lot of tackles like that. But at the same time, congratulations to Coach White. Congratulations to all the coaches, especially John Butler, who got this DBs that played well last week, and the defensive line coach. What they call themselves, Death Row.
Death Row, the defensive line.
They showed it the other day.
Other honorable mention, which honestly could be some people's player of the game, Mekhi Bayer. All over the damn field. And he backed up what he was saying. He was on kickoff. You see him light a couple people up. I think he made the tackle on one of them, but he was taking people's heads off on kickoff. Too.
Yeah, he's gonna have to miss the first
back. Yeah, he's gonna miss the first half for targeting on Shedeur late in the game.
It wasn't targeting. It wasn't.
Well, I gotta ask you, Terrell, because that was a big part of this game. Obviously, was the officiating, but so much of it was it targeting either Nebraska or Colorado. And it just makes you feel bad for defenders these days in college football because a lot of those are just typical hits. There's a few of them. Okay, leading with the helmet, I get it, but you make split seconds decisions like that one. Shedeur is sliding. He's already going at him.
Yeah.
Before the slide is really starts. So you almost have to contort yourself to make sure you don't, make it look bad on camera. It's just asking a lot for those defenders to do in a split-second decision.
Everything looks bad in slow motion.
When you look at it, he slid, and the two defenders' helmets really hit each other, but he was just up under his. I think they grazed his helmet up at the top. But like I said, he the one slid like that. So once you're already in motion, I think these need to be somebody else who needs to look at it in the booth. I don't know who's looking at it in the booth, but they need more than one person up there who can determine this because you're throwing kids out of a game that shouldn't be thrown out.
Yeah, it wouldn't have gone back to the Big Ten Replay Center because it wasn't Big Ten refs and it wasn't on Big Ten Network. So I don't know where that one went back to, but the reviews on all of those, the the catch not catch on one of the Colorado plays, and the booth just saying, "Oh, clear catch, clear." The rules analyst, he's got clear control.
And they were probably right. That should have been a Colorado catch.
No.
You don't think so?
When it hits your, it's not baseball. When it hits your glove, it's not a catch. It's in his hands. It was still moving. He didn't secure it until his foot was off the ground. That's as close as it's ever going to be, probably, in terms of catch and foot coming off of the ground at the same time. And honestly, probably the other way. I probably would have said it was a catch, but
that's what I'm thinking.
I don't know. It looked not clear enough to overturn. I guess they called it out of bounds on the field, and I don't think it was clear enough for them to say, "Oh yeah, his foot's clearly in when he has control."
Oh, you talking about the pass to the Colorado? Yeah. It was no catch.
No, see, there you go. Black shirt says so.
But we do, and as we were mentioning off players, I didn't want to rattle off everybody that got a sack there.
But let's do it.
To include Nash Hutmacher, Ty Robinson, Jamari Butler, MJ Sherman, Princewell Umanmielen, and Willis McGay. He totaled 6 sacks, minus 41 yards for Colorado. That's a lot.
Prince had 2 sacks.
And
Princewell had 2 sacks. James Williams was not offsides.
Yeah. And James Williams didn't have any stats except for 2 hurries as he got out
he was getting in there. Hey, that defensive line was noticeable in that one. And then Shadur throwing his offensive line under the bus was not the greatest of looks after the game.
And then the other thing, and we can get to that too. But the other player who did want to stand out here, and Tommy Hill, we gave our defensive player of the week. But it's kind of going along those same lines of like, Travis Hunter is going to get his. Nobody else really did. And that's why Marquise Buford, who, remember, has played safety a majority of his career, kind of right before the season, they're like, all right, well, he's going to start at cornerback. And he had to fight off some guys to get that. The fact that, and I'm not saying you didn't notice him out there. He had, some plays too. But the fact that you didn't notice him negatively with Jimmy Horn, who, like you said, had 200 yards trail in the first game, was pretty much, I can't think of one big play outside the kick return he had.
Yeah. Does Marquise Buford deserve to stay at corner? Does he want to stay at corner? That's my concern.
He's doing pretty well right now.
I mean, if I was him, I would stay there. I mean, you're doing excellent. Just keep it up and just keep doing your thing and don't worry about anything else.
I feel like defensive back is one of those positions, kind of like offensive line, where if you don't notice them, that's kind of a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you do notice them, it's either really good because it's an interception or a tackle, or it's really bad because they got burnt. And kind of same with offensive line. If you don't notice them, it's because they're doing their job, or they got a holding call or a false start. But yeah, that's if you don't notice a defensive back, to me, that's usually a pretty good thing. You want to notice them for the good, and the only time you do notice them is usually for really bad things.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have Javen Wright back by the Illinois game, so he's getting back healthy and hopefully things will go well with him, and that'll even boost that defense up even more.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the Captain Show 93.7, The Ticket. We'll be right back.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ever stare at the Hog Wild menu and feel like you just can't make up your mind because it all looks so good? Well, when I want a little bit of everything, I get a little bit of everything on Hog Wild's Smokestack Sandwich. On a butter-toasted bun, we pile on our hickory smoked beef brisket and juicy hot links. The hard part is choosing between fresh curly fries, classic baked beans, or coleslaw on the side. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Attention students and anyone else looking for a great deal. Sun Valley Lanes and Games has the ultimate weeknight special. For just $15.95, enjoy unlimited bowling, lucky putt mini golf, and laser tag. Flash your college ID at check-in to receive $2 off your admission. It's the perfect way to unwind Sunday through Thursday nights. Check out sunvalleylanes.com for hours and availability. Sun Valley Lanes and Games, located at 321 Victory Lane.
Lincoln's best place to meet, eat, and compete. Sun Valley.
Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and my schedule can get a little hectic. From softball practices to going to class, traveling for games, spending time with family, and catching up with friends, I am always on the go. I want a bank that can help me from anywhere, but also be there when I need them. That's Midwest Bank. They have the same mobile banking technology as those big banks, but have that hometown feel that I like every time I walk through the doors. They make banking easy no matter where I am. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and we are out of the gate for September with a very special GMC sales offer. We must move out all new GMC truck inventory fast. So right now at Koppel, we are offering true GM supplier pricing for everyone. Yes, you heard right. True GM supplier pricing on all GMC Sierras. That's over $12,000 off on select models. That's GM supplier pricing, $12,000 off on Sierras. Do not wait. Stop on in or check us out online at koppelcars.com.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Hello, Charlie Stone here, and joining me is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I was noticing on your website you have more than 150 new 2024 and 2025 Hondas in stock right now.
Yes, we do, Charlie. It's neat when you drive by and see all the cars on our lot, and we have most all models and all different colors available, and we even have more than hundreds on the way. We also have the all-new, all-electric 2024 Honda Prologue in stock right now. We have a few of them to choose from. Plus, qualified buyers get financing from just 1.9% APR.
How about your pre-owned selection?
I talk to a lot of my customers and friends, and they still think that we just sell brand new Honda, but we sell all different models, make of pre-owned cars, and we have more than 100 to choose from right now.
Well, maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors
Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Heartland International in Lincoln reminds us people today are facing more hardships than ever. It's becoming all too common to hear someone's become so desperate they've taken their own life. People almost always warn those close to them that desperation is near. Be a shoulder to lean on and insist that they seek professional help. This message from Dennis and Penny Nunn at Heartland International in Lincoln, marketing quality products since 1974. Visit heartlandinternational.com. We're stronger when we help one another.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to the Captain Show, 93.7 The Ticket. We are powered
by Bauer.
Bauer.
Infrastructure.
Bauer.
Underground.
I'll say now, Brad. Excavating. Shout out to the Bauer boys out there working hard. Hey, offense. Let's talk offense.
Offense.
Rico, you go first since you was the offensive guy. Offensive player of the game and offense analysis.
Offensive player of the game.
It's offending.
It's offending how player of the game they were. I mean, I want to give it to Dylan Raiola, but I'm not going to. I'm going to give it to Dante Dowdell.
Woo!
The big horse, as Steven M. Sipple would say. The big horse, Dante Dowdell, did a great job of being the number one back. Even though, he didn't start. Actually, Ramir started the game. But he got the most carries, had the two touchdowns. Dante Dowdell put on a performance that I think a lot of Husker fans have been waiting from a running back. He didn't get 100 yards, but he was running hard. He was running strong. He wasn't trying to make people miss all that often. He was just trying to run through people's chests a lot of the time, which is what he did to Shiloh Sanders on that first drive. And look, I understand that people, dislike Colorado and dislike the Sanders and all that, whatever. But you do hope that Shiloh Sanders can heal up quickly and be able to finish out his final season at Colorado. But Dante Dowdell put on a clinic of hard running. Then he was getting tired of getting submarined and hurdled a guy. Love to see it. Love to see it.
Bach.
Yeah, it's tough not to go with Dowdell. I think that he probably earned it here. The 2 touchdowns. Ramir is right there with him, though. Obviously got his touchdown on quite a fortuitous play for Nebraska. We'll put it that way. And really, that game could have changed on that play. I mean, that pick six not only, or the potential for a pick six, I should say, the interception not only did not end up in Colorado's hands, but it was propelled forward into Ramir to get into the end zone. So just not what we're used to at Nebraska. But he actually led Nebraska both in receptions and yards in this game. Eight receptions, 49 yards, and a touchdown. And also, obviously, did some damage on the ground, too. With 33 yards on 9 carries, second to Dante Dowdell. So, you got to put those guys up there and give Dylan Raiola credit. Again, as Shador would say, how many times was he touched? Yeah, he didn't get, so the offensive line is an easy one that you can go with there too. But I guess, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. And I'll talk about it when we get to the offensive performance. But he just spread the ball out a lot.
Yeah.
That being said, I don't know. Nebraska was kind of, they could take their shots with Dylan in his arm, and that's the good thing. But they're kind of a line of scrimmage attack right now. A lot of, Ja'Cory Barney, who they held back and stuff. So I'm interested to hear you guys' thoughts about the offense moving forward. But for this game, if Dowdell's taken, I'll take Ramir.
Yeah. Do we have a running back controversy? Is Dowdell the clear number one to you? I mean, after 2 games of watching this guy, take the fumble out the scenario or the equation.
Does he have 3 touchdowns?
Yeah, he had 2.
So he's got the one in the first. So he's got 3 touchdowns in 2 games.
Yeah. So, I think this young man has shown us that he deserves to be on the field. Even with the fumble, I still would start him this game. He's my future back. I mean, this guy should have had 100 yards if we'd kept pounding the ball like we should have during the game. But, like I said, 17 carries, 74 yards, 4.4 yard a carry.
Not mad at that.
And then as we go down to the rest of the backs, it tapers off a lot. 9 carries for Ramir, 2 carries for Barney, 3 for Dylan, 2 for Gabe, 1 for Emmett. So, you have to look at this stat sheet to see how Dante Dowdell ran this ball, and I think he ran great. I just want him to be that guy.
Well, I mean, if you've been paying attention, the depth chart, not you specifically, to everybody listen, the depth chart was released for the UNI game, and only major change is the oars on the running back position.
Yeah.
There's not 3 oars, there's only 2.
Yeah.
So you got your starting 2 and your backup 2.
Yeah.
Ramir and Dante are the first 2 with an oar, and then it's Emmett and Gabe are the second 2 with an oar. So only 2 oars. You've got a clear-cut 1 and 2 and a clear-cut 3 and 4 in the running back room right now, according to that depth chart, at least for this Northern Iowa game. You got Ramir and Dante, who have cemented themselves as the top 2 running backs in that room, which is exactly what the coaching staff wanted. They wanted somebody to separate themselves. They've got 2 that have separated themselves, and maybe, at least to them, there is one that is higher up than the other. Maybe not to us quite yet, or, for some, it's Dante Dowdell, especially as just a pure running back. I think that he was probably the clear-cut guy in terms of his running style and what Nebraska wants to do, just running straight forward behind that offensive line and falling forward. He does a really good job of that as well. So I don't think we're going to have an actual running back controversy, but they might roll with those 2 in some type of capacity as the season goes on.
Yeah. Well, it was interesting too on the 12, 13-yard run that Dante Dowdell had. That hurt Shiloh Sanders ultimately. He decided just to run him over.
Yeah.
And he
could have tried to juke him out.
He maybe could have had a touchdown if he would have ran, one way or the other and tried to just, stiff arm him off him, but he decided to run him over. So you kind of like that attitude from Dowdell. I thought that he looked really good. I do think Ramir also
broke his forearm.
Looks pretty good. Yeah, he did. And like Rico said, you hope, that Colorado gets healthier. That was a game that lost a few guys, obviously, to penalties and targeting, but also the injuries there. But yeah, that running back room, I do think it's been separated. And again, I think that they had an idea of that going into week 1. I think they kind of hid that for this game specifically. But what do you guys think? As I kind of mentioned the offense there, and we talk about it all together. Obviously, the sky's the limit for Dylan Raiola. We saw that, especially the one throw to Jalen Lloyd coming back out of the end zone to catch across his body. So I think he's going to have a few throws every game that you're going to go, hey, that looks like Patrick Mahomes. So that's going to continue.
That first throw to Jalen Lloyd.
Just off his fingers.
Here's my take on Dylan Raiola. I talked to his dad during the game. I said, man, he's a smooth operator, and he's not cocky. He's just confident. He does a lot for this team to. The throws that he makes. I know he displays different brands of throws, Patrick Mahomes throws, but the kid is a born leader. I mean, when he's able to do this as a freshman, I mean, he hasn't thrown an interception yet. Not saying yet, but, he hasn't thrown an interception. Yeah. Just the way he leads his offense and he guides his offense and know how to get them in the right place. Like I said, the game could have got out of control, but, somehow the penalties and the refs from the Big 12, of course. I just like the way the kid is playing, man. I mean, he's got everything going on for him right now. He's the hype of Nebraska, along with our defense. I'm not just going to give the torch to one guy. I'm going to give the torch to the whole team.
It's like you just said, his leadership capabilities and the way that he's been able to, as a true freshman, rally the team and keep the offense composed. Even in a second half where they didn't score any points, they were still moving the ball, holding on to the ball, and not allowing Colorado's offense to get into a rhythm because they didn't have the ball all that often. And then obviously the defense doing what they were able to do. It's extremely impressive to see what he's able to do, how confident and how under control he is as a true freshman, even in an environment like that. I understand that it's 2 home games and he hasn't been on the road yet, but these two, I mean, the first one was obviously extremely hyped. It's the second season of Rule. It's the first season of Dylan. And then the second game, you get Colorado coming into town and all of the fanfare and the hype and the TV cameras following you around all week. And you're getting the Mahomes comparisons and this and that. His ability to stay calm under all of that pressure is, again, wise beyond his years. It's extremely impressive to see a true freshman be able to command an offense and do what he's able to do so far. I know it's only 2 games in and it's 2 opponents, but as the season goes on, I think you're going to see a lot more of this.
All right, we got our get back. That's the only thing I wanted. You know, I'm not even going to talk about Colorado after this, but we did get our get back, our revenge from last year. Now, we'll be right back. 93.7 The Ticket, The Captain Show.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies and it will be breezy. See an afternoon high around 90. Tonight, partly cloudy and breezy, low around 64. And tomorrow, a slight chance of showers in the morning. Otherwise, mostly sunny and breezy with a high around 93. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clark for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and we are out of the gate for September with a very special GMC sales offer. We must move out all new GMC truck inventory fast. So right now at Koppel, we are offering true GM supplier pricing for everyone. Yes, you heard right. True GM supplier pricing on all GMC Sierras. That's over $12,000 off on select models. That's GM supplier pricing, $12,000 off on Sierras. Do not wait. Stop on in or check us out online at koppelcars.com.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up.
Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Attention! For a limited time, Acres is offering 1.9% for 60 months on remaining 22 and 23 John Deere combines. This extraordinary low interest rate, along with Acres' discounted pricing, allows you to upgrade your equipment before harvest and lock in incredible savings. And with Acres' A-plus support package included, you'll be up and running throughout the harvest season. Act now. This special rate won't last long. Visit acres.com for details. That's AKRS.com.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Oh, Kansas.
Here we go. Second half today.
You just don't stop giving, do you?
Green flag, we're underway.
The closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history. Close to downtown, amazing campgrounds, 4 NASCAR races in one weekend, and it's the playoffs.
Goddamn right.
Now you're just showing off. But we're not mad. In fact, we're looking forward to it. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Kansas Speedway, September 27th through the 29th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back for one final segment here on the Captain on 93.7 The Ticket. We still have lost Drell. No, Drell, he already told us he was going to leave.
He's blitzing a quarterback.
That's right. There's plenty of that to be done on Saturday night for Nebraska. Of course, Adam Carricker on The Ticket coming up next. The press conference for Northern Iowa Week will also be happening, so look out for his press conference reaction. We'll let you know the latest of things going on there. Rico, for this final segment, just want to grab a few of the thoughts off the text line. Crowbait says Shedeur wasn't hurt on targeting. His pride took a hit, and he humbled, so he quit. Now, not necessarily that question, but I did see some people saying on Facebook, too, with him. Okay, a few questions here.
Okay,
with storming. With the storming, was it fine to storm the field against an unranked Colorado team that probably is going to win 4 games this year?
They stormed the field against you last year. You can storm the field against them this year. I thought it was kind of okay. I don't mind the storming of the field. I don't think that Nebraska can do it because of the way that the student section is set up.
Yeah,
because
part of it.
It should just be game ends, field gets flooded. But this one, it's game ends. Slowly people are getting onto the field and it's building and building and building. And that's not a field storming. It's not quick enough. It's not fast enough. Your student section is too high. People want to jump down. They're going to break their legs. You got to walk around. You got to go through the band section. You got to go through the other fans. It's not conceivable for Nebraska, at least the student section, to storm the field unless the other fans are going to storm the field as well, which I don't know how many of them are actually going to. It just doesn't work out. It doesn't look good.
Okay, next question. With Shedeur and his watch, we all know pointing to the watch, Dylan Raiola and Will Compton, those guys made fun of it after the game.
Yep.
You know, if you storm the field, there's going to be 1,000 students
going right to him,
going right to Shedeur,
trying to go in his face.
Do you think that it was a good idea to get him off the field?
100%. Yes. I think it was a little early. But also, I do think he might have been hurt because he took that, not even the targeting hit, the hit before that, where he got hit on the hip. He took like a helmet straight to the hip. And I mean, that's going to sting a bit, right? So I think getting him out of the game when you did, again, maybe a little early, but in that instance where the field is going to be stormed, people are going to try and get in his face and, flash their watches or flash their wrists, and you never know what's going to happen. I think it was a good idea to get him out of there.
Next question about Shedeur is said in the post-game interview, how many times did Raiola get touched? All right. Is he throwing his offensive line under the bus
100%.
again?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
If you remember when College Football 25 first came out and him and Travis Hunter were streaming them playing the game.
Oh, yeah.
And both of them were playing as Colorado, and one of them was at quarterback and was under pressure and was trying to scramble around. Like, yeah, it's super realistic, man. This is trash. Like, they're trashing his offensive line while he was on there. And yeah, no, he's talking about his offensive line and how they weren't able to protect him and how they weren't able to run the ball. Maybe not so much throwing them under the bus, but just bringing up the fact that, like, look, they didn't block very well. Maybe not the greatest idea, because again, those guys are supposed to be blocking for you, and it's not like they're just going to give up. They're not gonna pull what was that movie with Adam Sandler, and they were in prison and they were playing football.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, everybody knows.
Longest yard.
Yeah, they're not going to pull a longest yard.
Remake,
just stand up and turn to the side and let him get destroyed. But they might take a little bit of offense to that, and also they do have to do a better job of protecting their quarterback, like it is their job. But I don't know, just saying that bringing up the other quarterback not getting sacked when asked about the running game and your offensive line. Not great. Just be like, yeah, we all got to do a better job. I have to do a better job. Do the coach speak, quarterback speak, where you're protecting everybody.
Yeah, and then and on the pick six thing, he said a rookie mistake.
You're not a rookie.
Talking to his wide receiver that was out there. So again, it's Colorado. It's kind of and Dion maybe has learned from his lessons. He said in post game, he basically said very much that if he put the blame on the offensive line, you guys will say I'm throwing him under the bus. So I'm not going to do that. But by saying that, you're also kind of throwing him under the bus.
He said, I can't say it, but you all know what I'm thinking, or something like that. Or we're all thinking the same thing. And I go, that's pretty much saying it.
Which was also interesting that he took off his headset, and the broadcast made note of this. Is he kind of got into the coaching. He went and talked to the offensive line. And to their credit too, if you didn't pay attention to their post game, he was at least saying that the positive was that they won the second half 10-0. So there's something to look at there. Obviously, it wasn't great for Nebraska. Are you kind of in the same line of thinking I am, though? Which it's interesting because it extends beyond. Not only does Colorado look similar to what they did last year, which was obviously heavily reliant on Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter, but with this being their final year, how much longer is Dion going to be in Boulder is kind of a question, because there's always the question of would he dart, but if you don't have any success in Boulder, you might not have too many opportunities.
Yeah, this question has like 2-3 different potential happenings, and one is that they don't have success and Shedeur and Shiloh and Travis all go to the NFL, and Dion's just done coaching because he doesn't have his sons to coach or Travis Hunter to coach anymore. That's the first one. Number two is they don't have success. Colorado sees the writing on the wall, or doesn't see that this is going to get any better without Shedeur and Travis, and they let Deion Sanders go. And then the third one is that they actually do have success, and Dion sticks around and continues to coach Colorado without his son and Travis Hunter. Well, both of his sons and Travis Hunter on the roster. So I don't see Dion sticking around in Colorado, whether that be him leaving with his son or him getting let go by Colorado.
Remember, Colorado put basically all their marbles in on. Their athletic department's not in the best position, and he's raised a lot of money for them. So it's just a weird situation if they don't win.
Yeah, if they don't win, it's kind of it would almost be the best situation for both parties if they don't win, because then they can just either fire him or if he just left and he's like, yeah, I'm done coaching my sons in the NFL. I want to go watch his games, or I want to go, not coach anymore.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how things play out in Colorado. Obviously, Nebraska will be tracking, as well the nation. And so here's my next question. With Colorado, where they were last year, with what happened, I I think a lot of people felt if Nebraska wins this game, they should be ranked. It was in the spotlight, is a primetime game, all that. Nebraska does get ranked. Are you happy with that? You think that's deserved?
Yes. They were receiving votes with the first AP poll. They were receiving votes with the second one after week 1. I think this is a good time to be ranked. I think it might have gone a little, up at 23. I think maybe sitting just breaking into the rankings at 25 or 24. I understand that's only a spot or two below where they are now, but I think that would have been more applicable for the two opponents that they have played. But I do think that them getting ranked, I am happy with that, and I think it is deserved based on how they have performed against those two opponents, especially, doing what you had to do, what you could do, or what you were supposed to do against UTEP, and then avenging a loss, taking care of business, winning one of the potential coin flip games on your schedule against Colorado. I do believe that that is a well-deserved ranking, but now you need to keep it up. You can't just win these two and then rest on your laurels and win by 3 against Northern Iowa and then lose to Illinois the following week. You got to keep up the pressure and keep on doing what you did in these first 2 games to improve your ranking.
It's funny to argue on a preseason top 25 stuff because all of it's really tough to get a read on to begin with.
Exactly. Florida State was top 10.
Right. And Georgia Tech's getting credit. They jump in the top 25 for beating Florida State. Then they lose this weekend.
Yep.
Does that mean Syracuse is really good, or does that mean Georgia Tech maybe
Syracuse is really good? They
Florida
have
State
Kyle McCord.
team that's not very good?
No,
Yeah.
Syracuse is really good. They have
I
Kyle
know.
McCord.
Everybody seems to like Syracuse.
We like the orange.
I
this
get
is
that,
a pro-orange. I don't know if this is a pro-orange show because it's not my show, but I don't know if there's a pro-orange station. But I am a pro-orange
I think
person.
it's at least a pro-orange show, a pro-orange station. But like I said, I think based off your own rankings, Illinois probably deserves to be in ahead of Nebraska based on what they've done so far. But then you're saying, well, what do you deserve? You're basing it off preseason rankings still. Yes. And if Nebraska had a quarterback last year, they probably would have been knocking on the door of the top 25. Now you see their defense just as good or nearly as good as last year. We'll see, how all that plays out. Looks to be just as good as last year, maybe better. And now they've got the quarterback in place. So I don't have any problem with the top 25 ranking either. It's just kind of interesting to do the math there. And it's always fun with the preseason rankings. I know there's a big group of people that say preseason rankings are dumb. We shouldn't have them, all this sort of stuff. It keeps it interesting. Let me have my little bit of college football that is still siller to what it has been for years.
I love preseason
There's no
rankings.
problem with preseason rankings. You do power rankings in the NFL.
Yeah.
You don't have like an official set of them, but it doesn't. It's not hurting anybody.
Preseason rankings are dumb, but I love them.
Yeah.
Because you know absolutely nothing about anybody. They have new players. They might have new coaches, and you're just like, yeah, this guy was good and this coach was good. We'll just throw him up there. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Turns out, doesn't always work that way.
Oh, man. And I just love how humbled we all get over the offseason. Notre Dame's going to do this. Florida State's to the ACC. And now, a couple weeks in, you're like, I didn't know anything. I didn't know what I was talking about.
I thought Notre Dame was going to be a massive problem this year because I love Riley Leonard. I have no reason to like Riley Leonard because he went to Duke. But I think he was a really good quarterback at Duke. I thought he was going to continue to do it at Notre Dame. And through 2 games, it's looking a little rough up in Notre Dame.
Shout out to the Colb, Illinois.
Yeah.
Of course, we all remember Northern Illinois from last year. Big win. For
Big win.
Biggest win in program history, you could argue. I think it's their first top 10 victory.
Shout out to, was it not Paxton Lynch? Jordan Lynch.
Yeah, that's right.
Shout out to Jordan Lynch.
PJ Fleck went there.
Yeah, former Northern Illinois quarterback. Should have won the Heisman. He
know
should have.
He did have a lot of numbers.
Go look at his numbers.
Speaking of should win the Heisman, Alston Gentry of Boise State is really doing damage right now. Through 2 games, 45 carries, 459 yards, and 9 touchdowns. Look out for him.
Please keep going. I want to see a Boise State player win the Heisman.
Yeah,
please.
It could happen.
Continue.
So yeah, he's on pace to outpace the all-time 1988 season of Barry Sanders. I don't expect him to quite do it. That season was incredible, but Oregon, that's one of the toughest teams on their schedule. And
He's got it,
baby. $190 and 3 touchdowns.
The Mountain West can't handle Boise State. That's
right.
Your group of 5 playoff team. Mark it, count it, write it in Sharpie.
I could see it. They pushed Oregon to the limit. All right, Adam Carricker is waiting in the wings for his show. Adam Carricker on the ticket coming up next year. Thanks for joining the captain. We'll be back tomorrow at 10 o'clock. But once again, Adam Carricker coming up next year on 93.7 The Ticket. Don't touch that dial.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more.